Yo, what's going on, guys? So, welcome to the weekly ticket breakdown. I believe it's the second week of May. May 10th, we're in the second week of May now. Things are looking decent in the markets. We got some setups coming up, so I'm going to go through a few. MTRX, we're primed. We're ready to go. So, everything that I said was going to happen has been happening so far on MTRX. We retested this demand zone and we got bought back up, and now we're hanging around this supply zone. So because we're hanging around this zone and look at these wicks, that's what we want to see. We've created our higher low in this range. I think it's safe to say now that we're ready to go. This stock will be moving upwards. Now it might want to maybe correct back a little bit. That's fine. As long as we hold this higher low, I'd be watching this level, 157. That should be a hold. If we can't hold that level, we're going to have to consolidate a little further, but being in this range and seeing these wicks and the volume coming in, I like it. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm expecting a nice breakout soon out of this 170 range, and we could look forward to testing 290 range in the coming future. It looks like this pattern might end up playing out where we get that nice big cup and handle. So we got the nice cup forming up right now, and then eventually it'll form a handle in the future if that's the pattern. But I like what I'm seeing. Keep MTRX on the watch list. There is a breakout coming soon. We have Doc here. Now with Doc, it seems we have almost like a double top with Doc here. So this major zone at 330 is a huge supply zone. So we'll have to keep a big eye out for that. In terms of this area, 185 seems to be our demand. It's showing weakness right now. We have this trend going on where it's been going down, can't make a higher high, can't make a higher high again. We might need to really base out in this range. So I'm expecting it to base out in this area here, like kind of this square. I'd be looking for this area to be a major zone to pay attention to. Are we going to break through, or are we going to consolidate in base? I'd be looking to buy around this 175, 178 area, and this area here, I'd be looking 225. That's where I'm looking for the breakout in the future. I'm bullish on the stock. There's nothing really telling me that it should be bearish. We have a beautiful uptrend here. It just needs time to consolidate. We had a major ripper of a move up over 500%, and it needs that time to digest. ETH. All right, now let's get started with ETH. So here's the thing. I highly recommend doing as much research on you can about what ETH is and what the technology is doing, like as a service, and why it's so disruptive in this technology sector, pretty much. It's essentially blockchain smart contract technology, right? Now, I don't want to get too deep into it because one, it's very complex. So I don't even feel comfortable or really worthy enough speaking all this like complete facts on it because it goes so deep. But think of it like this. Billionaires are putting their money in ETH because they think that this is a vehicle they could use to earn a insane return on investment, right? Think about BTC. Multiples and multiples. It's not like percentage returns. You're thinking how many X of my investment. Now, billionaires are thinking this, and billionaires are taking the steps and moving their portfolios into ETH. Now, that's why you're seeing this price movement. We had this massive run up from like 600 to 2,000, right? And then it took some time to consolidate. Now, there's so much demand in ETH. That's why you're seeing it go from 2K to 4K in like pretty much 2 weeks. Do I think this is going to stop anytime soon? There's going to be consolidation along the way. Look at this, right? Like there's going to be dips. Like there was a nice 30% dip on this way down. And then once we got up to 2K, there was a 35% dip. Now, I don't know when this dip's going to come. Of course it's going to come. But understand what the main objective here is, right? If billionaires are putting their money in Ethereum thinking, all right, this is going to be my vehicle, I'm going to make money on this. The technology itself and like the sector of like, I guess, crypto and what the use case for Ethereum is, it's so bullish. like decentralizing the financial system, like NFTs. There's so many other things. Like there's so many other things. Ethereum is so bullish right now that like that's why you're seeing this. People are saying 10K is the target. In my opinion, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see insane price action right now. The volume is completely bullish. There's not really much sellers at these levels, which is crazy to think about. We're at 4K. So look at this consolidation here. We burst up, and instead of like getting that nice push down, what we're getting is sideways consolidation at 3.5K. And then we get that push upward. What I want to see here is when I run the fibs, there's our fib retracement for right now. If we're going to retrace, 30% move back down is going to take us to around the golden pocket, so around 2,800. I'm going to be honest with you. I think we're going to make the move to 5K right now. I think 5K is about to happen, and that, or maybe 4.75, and then we're going to get that blow off top where we need that consolidation, like this range, right? That's what I'm looking for. In my opinion, how I'm playing Ethereum, because I understand like somewhat of the fundamentals behind this and what Ethereum actually is, my goal is to rack up as much Ethereum as I can before it gets to 10K. So I'm doing like a kind of like a weekly contribution into ETH in a way. So I could try to, because I don't have the money to just dump 20K into ETH right now, but I can build up a position. So that's my goal and what I'm doing. So do I really care if I'm buying at 4K? Not really, because I know that it's going to eventually get higher. So what I'm trying to do is dollar cost average into this position. I bought a bunch at 2K, and that's where majority of my position is sitting. So now how can I extract more money out of it? I want to dollar cost average in. So don't be scared of buying ETH at 4K, because when it dips and it goes back down to 2.5, for example, believe me, when the demand is going to be kicking in down there, because look at this demand. It's never coming back to 1,500, 2,000. It's never going to stay at those levels. Just get used to ETH, continue grinding upward. Buy dips and enjoy the ride. Do a lot of research. I like Ethereum. It's the future. I'm super bullish. GDNP, all right, well, that was just a whole, pretty much a whole ad on ETH. GDNP, what I like about GDNP is it's making higher highs and higher lows, all right? This is a higher low compared to this one. We just need to hold this level, right? We need to hold these levels. What I am seeing is some sort of a falling wedge right now. We could have that moving out, and then we have this going on here. I want to see this play out. If it can't hold the bottom of this trend line here, it's going to fall through, but that is a good place to buy, because if we do run up, there's 100% trade back to the highs. I like this falling wedge shaping up here on GDNP. Do looks like a massive uptrend. Would I be buying up at these levels? I'd wait probably for some consolidation, right? If we run the fibs here, it would make perfect sense to come back to the GP, just because we have some, or even this level here, that could be a level that might be worth coming back to. I just think we got a little bit too far extended. We could be making a higher low now. I'd look at the 20. So we've broken below the 20, right? We could just be looking to go sideways, but I would be looking for this potential head and shoulders pattern starting to shape up. We could be coming back down on this name. So we got left shoulder, head, and then we're looking for that right shoulder coming in, go right over here. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, it's even more visible. But for the most part, I think this would be likely want to come back down. I'd be looking at these levels for it to come back down to. So check up 98 and check up at like 80, 75 level. What do we got here? BTC. All right. Well, with Bitcoin, Ethereum's the mover right now. We've probably got people moving their Bitcoin into Ethereum because it's just a better vehicle at the moment. Do I think Bitcoin's going to crash? No. No. We do have a possible head and shoulders pattern right here. One left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Could happen. I think we're still very bullish. I would be looking for this move keep an eye for this as the pullback, right? Like, I think the furthest we'll come back is like 40K. It seems like there's some strong demand here on BTC. We could have a ascending triangle happening, right? Kind of like ETH. ETH had an ascending triangle. So it could just play out in this range, right? And then next thing you know, we get that breakout kind of near the end of July. That's what I'd be looking for. It looks like 60K is our supply. Right now, we need to break through 60K. The only way that's going to happen is we need more demand, more buyers. So it might take some time to fizzle out. I believe there's still institutional buying coming in, and it's still kind of early. I'm still bullish on BTC. I like the looks of it. Like I said, I'd be looking for 40K around bearish case, and I think there will be strong demand around that area. We got Uber here, so I had a kind of ascending triangle going on Uber. We happened to fall through. I believe there was news that Uber is now going to be paying their employees by hour and not having them self-contracted as their own type of a contractor or whatever. So that seemed to have been bear news, right? So where I'd be looking to buy, solid area, probably around here. You hit $40 on Uber, I think I would smash buy. That's where it'd be entering my buy area. We also have some gaps down below. Just be careful. It could come back down to 35. Right? We got some bad news. It looks like there's big exiting volume now. We happen to break out of this pattern. It's no longer in play. We could want to get that bounce up, right? Retest the trend line and then come back down, fill that gap prior. So I'd just be, it's in consolidation mode right now, it looks like. I'd be adding it to the watch list, of course, but I don't think I'd be going long at any moment right now. There's no clear signals for me. We have LMND. So I have learned great lessons on LMND the past few weeks, and PLTR, DeFi, some of those names. So swinging with these names has been hard, right? We can't get that multi-week swing. It's been short-term trades, right? 30%, 20%, 30%. We keep falling through. How do I know when to get out of these trades? Because I want to swing them. I'm a swing trader, right? My goal is to swing them for as long as I can. But how do I know when to get out? Is I use these Fibonacci retracements, right? I set rules for myself. I understand the ebbs and flows of stock, so I know what to look for. And then when I don't see it happen, I leave because I have confidence in my system. So when I see things in my system not working, I'll just move on to the next trade, save my capital, take super small losses, small wins. That's fine with me. That's what's been happening on Lemonade. It kind of sucks. We want those big swings. I do really like this demand zone here at around 75, right? We've come down here a few times, 78, 75, $80 range. We've come a few times. How did I know to get out of this trade? Because I bought in at 79 or 80, something like that, and I swung it. How did I know to get out? Well, this golden pocket, right? These fibs. What I do with these fibs is I measure from the bottom to the top, and I drag it out, right? So now it's measuring from the bottom to the top of this move. Now, for it to create a proper higher low, so here's the low, right? What I want to see for a healthy trend change in the stock is I want to see a higher low being made around this area. If you've been watching my videos, I use this level as my last straw. There should be, according to my system, a higher low in this range. When there is not a higher low established in this range, I leave because it could potentially go further. So I use this 0.65 Fibonacci retracement level as my last resort higher low. If it can't hold, I leave the trade, right? So that has been my eyes on Lemonade, right? That's why I left the trade. Right now, what I'm looking for is, it looks like we could be potentially just grinding our way down. We might need to come back down to, who knows, these levels, right? That's where I'm going to start marking out. 45, I need to mark out. I also need to mark out this 65 to 67 area. We could hit these levels. So I am marking them out on the stock now. When they hit these levels, I will be looking to buy, right? So that's the example of the golden pocket or that fib retracement level not working. Now, when we look at Air Canada, right, we've had this pattern, right? So we've had some good stocks this week on this ticker breakdown. We have that impulsive move to the upside, A, B, C correction. Impulsive move to the upside, A, B, C correction. Now, when I'm doing the analysis on this, I tend to go, all right, let's mark the bottom, go to the top, we drag it out, and let's look at where the fibs go. Now, this is an example of the golden pocket working. We've come back and hit this level. And we held it. That is me creating a proper higher low. And now it's also another catalyst, a positive catalyst, that it's holding this Fibonacci level. Now I know I can go in. Now the same thing is happening, right? The same thing's starting to happen. We mark the bottom to the top and we drag, and it looks like we're holding the golden pocket. See, these are the signals that I'm using with my technical analysis to enable, okay, this is looking good, right? So we had that bottom that was made, then we had a higher low. Now, when we look here, we have a bottom made on the golden pocket, and we have another higher low that happened in the coming weeks. What do you think is going to happen at Air Canada? Potentially. Of course, it's not guaranteed. We don't want to be like, okay, let's go all in now. But now we can properly risk size ourselves. We can go, all right, maybe I want to risk 10K because I could potentially lose here a small amount, because there's great risk reward opportunities that are provided now that the rules of my system they've been proven correct. So what I'm looking for in Air Canada is that move upward. What we're likely going to see is, right, we have that massive trend line, the upper trend line that's been holding us back here on Air Canada, right? It's likely we're going to go up there and stall in that range. So keep Air Canada on the watch list. Let's see if that happens. Now we got Skills, right? Skills, I think this is the last one today. We got that nice impulsive move, that big rush up to the upside, right? But then we get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're down, right? Big volume climax to the downside. Bearish volume climax. Could this mean that this is the bottom? It's potential, right? It could be the bottom. It is not a guarantee. What I would be looking for, though, is we have that big volume, right? A, we got that higher low being made. B, now I want to see C. Are we going to come up here? $32? It's potential. I want to see, it looks like we're just about to get up this volume node here around $18. If we could move our way up above $18 and hold, this stock is going to fly. I'm telling you. It's going to fly. It looks like there was excessive buying on the upside and then a nice selling to the downside. But once we fizzle out and base in this area, I'm looking, Skills might be a nice stock to have on the watch list just in case it does explode to the upside. So that's the weekly ticker breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. Enjoy the week.